A few quick and awkward moments in the backseat of a car or twin bed, and then bang, you are here, on Earth, a brand new human. We pawn you off on babysitters, soccer coaches, daycare, talk a lot about the work you'll need to live, and then eject you out of the house, a confirmed adult. But what classes or courses did you get on the real job? Now, we work 40 hours a week, and there are 3 times that many hours that you spend being you, a human, with no training, no guidance, and less than ideal people that you kind of trust. Maybe it's time for some adult education. Course of study, Professional Human 101. Okay people, let's settle down. We got a long day ahead of us. A primer on human fear. Fear is like a fire. Ask any firefighter what the best kind of fire is, and they will tell you. A fire that never happens. Firefighters have what can seem like a crazy job. A building is on fire, people are running out of it, but their job is to run into it. How do they do that? Are they endowed with a special kind of bravery? Perhaps not. Firemen, like pilots and boxers and skydivers and rock climbers and police officers, and any other profession that you cannot imagine doing every day, use the same thing to combat the fire of fear: knowledge. As far as actual fires, fire departments have all kinds of chemicals, processes, and methods to fight different kinds of fires. But the human body does not. The human body is a one-trick pony when it comes to their fear fire. Stress and fear and threats, both real and imagined, are all met with the same kind of response: the flight or fight response. This response creates and pushes the same chemicals in our bodies, adrenaline and cortisol, and they help in the short term to increase awareness, heightened physical responses, and drive us to remove ourselves from whatever had caused them. However, consistent use of these chemicals can lead to all kinds of physical and psychological issues and diseases and reduce our lifespan. So how do you remove what causes them? And why did it happen in the first place? Well, if it's a real car accident or physical harm, then the response was a needed response and a good thing. But what about when it's just a thought or a perceived fear, something born out of ignorance? How do we mitigate these responses? And especially, how do we reduce the fear of things that we cannot control or have no experience with? Luckily, we use the same thing that firefighters do. We use knowledge. In the normal course of life, as we do things over and over, we recognize a pattern, and that is based on an outcome. This outcome is normally that you are okay. You did not die. And from that repeated outcome brings a sense of calm, confidence. Fear is mitigated by the knowledge that we have from a consistent and welcome, predictable outcome. So what about what we can't control or have never done? Fears like a plane falling out of the sky, a fiery auto accident, an elevator crashing to the ground, the fear of a zombie apocalypse. Here we use data, information, and knowledge to combat fear. How many people die in a plane crash per year? It's a 1 in 16 million chance. How many people die in an elevator? 13 people die a year in elevators, and it is estimated that over 150 million people take 300 rides a year in elevators. How many times have you been walking down the street and ended up in a fight? How many times have you driven to work versus your total number of car crashes and deaths? And as for zombies, well, they're not real. So, no zombie apocalypse. Much like the firefighter, it turns out that we too have different things to combat these fires. Knowledge and facts not only can subdue our fear fire, but used well, it can prevent it. Because just like a fire, the best kind of fear is the one that does not happen. Remember, what you don't know can hurt you. Developing the habit of mitigating fear with knowledge can bring you a brighter and bigger world. And as a professional human, you should know that.